if you look at the burden of disease that we have in this country, you realize that malaria is always number one. It accounted for about 35% of all our OPD attendants. In fact, previously, before all these interventions, it was even higher. It was about 45%. But now, because of the number of interventions that we've done in the area of malaria control, we've been able to reduce the burden. But there's a need to sustain it and then also build on it so that we can even reduce the burden of the disease further. And we realize that vector control is one of the key interventions. So we always advocate that people should sleep in bed nets, insecticide-treated bed nets. That means that as a health system, we also have to make the bed nets available and then encourage people to sleep in it. So once in a while, we do what we call mass distribution of bed nets. And this is exactly what we are going to do this year in Ashanti region. But before you can get the net, you need to register first. So we are proposing that from tomorrow up to about 7 days, we will use the period to register everybody, all Ghanaians, and then we give them a code. And then when we start distribution of the nets in November, we will make sure that every Ghanaian will get the net, sleep in it, so as to reduce the burden of malaria in this country. And this is exactly what we are doing. We need to create awareness so that people will go and do the registration. If they register and get the net and sleep in it, it will be better for the country in the sense that we can reduce the burden of malaria and then reduce the cost involved in treating malaria and then all the hours that is lost because of malaria disease. So this is exactly what we are doing as a country. But now we are insisting that if you do that, we will have to report you to the security agencies and then they will have to deal with you. So we shouldn't take some of these things for granted. Yes, so we'll have to make sure that people do not defraud anybody and that if you are caught, I think the security agencies will deal with you.